All right, we're back again with another episode of Roofer Reflections. I'm really excited to have Karen on the call. Thank you, Karen, for coming on the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you've been part of the roofing industry in many different ways, but I'm curious about your background before.
Well, some of my first jobs out of college were nonprofits, Easter Seals, a local hospital, and somehow from there, I ended up working at a marketing firm that worked with lumber and building suppliers. So that was my first taste of construction and building products. And then in 2005, 2006, I met Heidi Ellsworth, who was working at Carlisle, and she hired me. So I worked there for several years, working in the marketing department, working with some of their top contractors, doing case studies, helping them, with all kinds of fun marketing things. And then I followed Heidi to Eagleview, and I was there during the startup of Eagleview for 6 years. It was really exciting and really fun. And then in 2016, I started my own business, and it wasn't planning to do it. It just sort of happened because I had left Eagleview and I had people saying, well, what are you going to do now? And I said, well, I'm not sure. And they said, well, do you think you could help me with this? And I said, okay, yeah, I think I could help you with that. And it just sort of turned into multiple requests. And I said, well, I guess I better set up an LLC and make this official. And since then, I've been working with Roofers Coffee Shop. I am the director at the roofing technology think tank, RT3. So yeah, it's fun because I get to have, my hands in a lot of different areas in the industry.
How did you end up at Roofer's Coffee Shop?
Roofers Coffee Shop started in the 90s as a newspaper, right? Used to sit on the counter at the distributors. And when I was at Carlisle, some of our brands advertised in the newspaper. So I was familiar with it. I was familiar with the Roofers Exchange and when it went online with Roofers Coffee Shop. And then Heidi, she left Eagleview a year before I did, in 2015, I think. And Vicky Sharples, who founded Roofers Exchange and then Roofers Coffee Shop, said, hey, Heidi, why don't you come join me, be a partner. Let's grow this thing and let's see what happens. And so Heidi was doing that for about a year. And then when I left and wasn't sure what I was going to do, she was one of the first people that said, can you help me edit some articles? Can you help me, do a couple of interviews? Can you? And I was like, okay, yeah. She said, just bill me for your time. And, it just sort of spiraled from there. And, that was 2016. There were, I don't know, 3 or 4 people working there, and there's 30 working there now because, it's just taken off. All the coffee shops, they've got the metal and coatings and Ask a Roofer. And it's just a really cool story. And Vicky's retired now. And it's a neat, it's very unique. There's not a lot of places like it for contractors to hang out online, right?
Tell me about RT3.
Oh, RT3 is just so much fun. We do such cool things. It was started back in 2016 by a group of 10 or 12, I always kind of say forward-thinking folks in the industry. Steve Little from K Post Roofing was one of them. Trent Cotney, Heidi was involved, of course. And they got together and they said, we want to be focused on technology and we want to help the roofing industry adopt technology faster. We're kind of always last, right? We see these cool things happening on big construction sites and, roofing, they're not doing anything too cool. So we said, let's get together and see who shows up. So rt3thinktank.com, visit the website. It's under resources. Check it out. Hopefully it'll help.
When you talk to someone that's considering roofing as an industry, what do you tell them and where do you guide them to start?
You need to start somewhere. But, don't try to, it's one bite at a time, right? Don't try to eat the elephant at once. But I also tell people that you are joining an amazing industry, right? I never thought in 25 years later, I'd still be working in roofing and enjoy it. And to get involved, right? So sign up for National Women in Roofing, join your local roofing contractors association, and show up, go to the meetings, because that's where you meet the people, you make the friends, you get the support that you need, and you learn just by being there and listening and talking to people. And I think if you do that, you're gonna be happy and you're gonna be successful. And the one thing that I see in this industry, and I'm sure you do too, is people don't leave. They just change their name tag, right? Oh, they were at this company, now they're at this company. And so you see the same people every year at the events, at the Roofing Expo, at Roofing Day in DC, that's coming up soon. Those are amazing places to make those connections and just build your network in the industry. And yeah, it's a great opportunity, a great place to be.